Hi, everybody. Cali Rose here. We're going to talk about finger picking on the ukulele. And I'm going to do two videos, a part one and a part two. And in this one, part one, we're going to talk about the fundamentals of finger picking that have helped me so much over the years. And part two, we'll explore some more finger picking patterns. I did a worksheet for my classes, and this is it. Look, da da da. Today we're going to talk about the two top options of finger picking. We'll start at the beginning. I have a link to this in the YouTube description, so you can click it and make your own copy. Better yet, go to my website because I have a bunch of tutorials. Some of them have worksheets, and some of them have the actual arrangements of songs that we're working on. And my website is calirose.com, calirose.com. So I've been a professional musician my whole life. My primary instrument is piano, and I think like a piano player. I mean, we're sort of the sum total of our experiences, huh? And when I do arrangements, I arrange these songs like a piano player would. But I also have played guitar for many decades. And so I'm bringing those sensibilities to the ukulele. It took a while because guitar and ukulele, they share a lot of common DNA, and then they don't. So it's taken a while to transfer some of those techniques and adapt them to the ukulele. So I hope some of this will help you out. First of all, I'm going to show you the big picture of a very basic finger picking pattern. And then we're going to break it down to its basic components. So I'm not going to do anything with my left hand. It's all open strings, a G, C, E, and A. And the pattern we're going to work on looks like this. So what's the first thing I did? Because we all know, I hope we know, that we strum down in this area right here. So looking down at your ukulele, it's just to the left of the sound hole. That's where we strum. That's the sweet spot. But we finger pick over the sound hole. So I adjusted the position of my right arm to bring my fingers over the sound hole. And that means that, see, when I'm strumming, I'm making the connection with the ukulele in my upper arm here. But as soon as I bring my hand over the sound hole, can you see how my connection has changed to my forearm? It's going to be different with you, depending on your anatomy and the size of your ukulele, but you need to identify where you're making this connection, because we don't want our arm free floating. We want to be ballast here and locking in. So that's the first thing I did. Second thing I did, let me show you, is do you see the arch? I'm exaggerating a little bit. But do you see the arch here in my wrist? Because I'm not flat, my wrist is not flat. I want to bring my fingers as perpendicular to the strings as possible. You see this? Not like this, but up and down like this. And the way to do that, now, let me lock my forearm in, is to get that arch in my wrist. So you have to kind of mess with that and see what is working with you. With these finger picking patterns that I'm going to talk about, I'm using 4 fingers. There are gazillion patterns to keep us busy for the rest of our lives. So I'm focusing in on a specific technique here to get us into the finger picking tent. I'm using my thumb, my index finger, middle, and ring. My baby finger is taking a rest. You can lay it against the wood of your ukulele or let it free float. See, whatever works for you. And my thumb is going to pluck down, push down on the G string, and my other 3 fingers are tucked underneath their respective strings. In this particular technique, each finger has its own dedicated string that it's going to work with. Now this is really important. Just watch my right hand, okay? I want somebody to watch my right hand. I'm doing the finger picking pattern. Do you notice how still my hand is? I'm not doing this. Because you hear the word pick, right? And you think, well, I'm going to pick. I'm picking. No. The movement is in the fingers, and it's like a spring feeling. You know, you might want to do this with me. I'm not going like this. I want to keep this part of my hand very still. It's my fingers that are going spring, spring, spring. We have sound effects. Spring, spring. So keeping that in mind, watching right here, this particular pattern going from the nose to the floor. I'm pushing down with my thumb on the G string, that's its dedicated string, and then upward with my index finger on the C string, middle finger on the E string, and ring finger on the A string. And you notice I'm not doing any toggling or twisting of my wrist. It's like this is where my fingers are landing under the string, and this is where I'm pulling up. But with this, let me see if I can show you. You see how, do you see? Thumb, index, middle, ring. Thumb, index, middle, ring. This part of your hand very still. I recommend that you work in front of a mirror and watch yourself, because you are your own teacher. This is what dancers do, so why not musicians, right? And watch yourself, check your technique. So listen, let's just try this one little piece at a time. Let's just start off by plucking with our thumb. Let me get my drum machine. I'll work it with my feet. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Always practice in tempo so we can reinforce our natural sense of rhythm wherever it is on the spectrum. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll really slow it down. Can't play this stuff fast until you can play it slow. And you notice, just after years of habit, I'm thinking finger picking, and my other 3 fingers just tuck right under the strings of their respective strings. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Just the thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now let's bring the index finger in. So we're just going to go back and forth between the G and the C strings. Here's our tempo. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you need to slow it down on your own, slow it down. Okay. Let's bring in the E string. Ready? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little rest on the floor. Okay, let's try all 4 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is your hand still? Are you using that spring motion with the fingers? See how my fingers are sort of like little soldiers going, eh, eh. Not really soldiers, huh? Dancers? Doing the can, da, 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 not ah. Let's try it again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You might have to do this hundreds and hundreds of times to get it into that muscle memory territory. It's very soothing, very comforting. You know, if I'm watching the news, I hope I'm watching the news with a ukulele in my lap because this really helps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try it with a song. So we're going to do Skip to Maloo, 2 chords. We're in the key of F. Play it by ear. We're going to be playing an F chord and a C7 chord. I'm going to do it really slowly. I'll call out the chords for you at first. So 1, F, 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip, skip, skip to my Lucy 7. Skip, skip, skip to my Lou F. Skip, skip, skip to my Lou C7. Skip to my Lou, my darling. So you notice what we've done is we've made a sound, we've plucked a string on the beat. This song is in 4/4 a time, which means there are 4 beats in the measure. And so we're just making that sound on the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, now, what would happen if we want to add a little bit more energy, a little bit more sound to our strum pattern? Well, we would count it slightly different. Instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, where the beat is on what is known as a quarter note, we're going to count it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's 8 things in the same amount of time and space that we were doing 4 things. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 8 things. That's happening on what's called an 8th note. So what it looks like, all this sort of music theory stuff aside, what it looks like is this. I'm not going to make a chord. Here's on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the quarter note, here it is on the 8th note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What did I do, the overall picture? I just went from my nose to the floor instead of once. I did it twice in a measure. Let's try this. No chord, left hand. Every measure we're going to change up. So the first measure will be on the quarter note. Second measure on the 8th note. Let's see what happens. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8th note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Because in my world, I like to mix up strum patterns, mix up finger picking patterns to keep a song interesting and to keep it interesting for an audience. So let's try this with Skip to Maloo. And we're going to do it on the 8th note. So we're going to count it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 skip, skip F, skip to my Lucy 7, skip, skip, skip to my Lou F, skip, skip, skip to my Lucy 7, skip to my Lou, my F, darling. See, we've already kind of ratcheted up the energy of Skip to my Lou. Let's try it with the drum. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn off the drum. We're going to do Skip to my Lou twice. First time through, we're going to finger pick on the beat, on the quarter note. Second time through, we're going to finger pick on the 8th note. So add sort of that double time, more energy element to it. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip, skip, skip to my Lou. And if you can't sing it, say it. Skip, skip, skip to my Lou, or hum it. La, 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 la. C7, la, 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 la. All right. 8th notes. Skip, skip, skip to my Lucy 7. Skip, skip, skip to my Lou F. Skip, skip, skip to my Lou C7. Skip to my Lou, my darling. So pick some songs from your personal repertoire. Even if they're fast songs, slow them way down and try finger picking them, and use them as templates to teach you how to use this technique and really get comfortable with it. Listen, thank you. I will see you in the second video, and strum happy, you guys.